This is my mum's recipe for an upside down orange cake. This is beautiful because there's a layer of really thin oranges down the bottom, and what I love to add to it is orange blossom water with a really nice soft cake on top. So first of all, we need to make the syrup. 1 cup of caster sugar. So I've got 3/4 there, and that goes straight into a pan, and I will measure out the other quarter just like that, straight in. And we need 1 cup of water. We just want to allow that to dissolve first of all and then bubble away so it becomes really thick. And now some orange blossom water, 2 tablespoons of orange blossom water. Seems like quite a lot, but it's actually okay. You want to actually taste it for this. So that's the perfect amount. Beautiful. And for some spices, simply some cinnamon and 1 star anise. And that's all we need for that because we'll really taste that as it cooks along. Now I'll let that bubble away for about 5 to 10 minutes until it starts to thicken, and then I'll add the oranges. Now I've got 1 orange here, and you can see how thin I've sliced them. They're paper thin, so take your time doing them with a really sharp knife, not big chunks of orange, nice and thin, just like that. Let's get on to the cake mixture. Now 3 eggs, they've been separated, 3 yolks here. I've got 3 of the egg whites, which I'll whisk in a moment. To these eggs, I need 180 grams of butter that I've melted. In it goes, along with 180 grams of brown sugar. And we'll just pop that in. I love cinnamon in my cake, so a good pinch of cinnamon. And we'll start to just mix that together. You just need it to combine. See, that's dissolved and it's thickened. Yum, that's almost good enough to eat as is. I always like to lick the bowl at the end, but we'll wait until it's finished. We need 140 grams of flour, just plain flour. We'll stir that in, just like this. 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and that's going to help this cake rise. And we'll mix that in. It looks quite thick at the moment, but we haven't added our egg whites. So quick stir. There's no lumps there whatsoever. And now for our almond meal. 100 grams of almond meal. Pour that all in there. And just for some texture, I have some slivered almonds, and we want about 1/4 cup of that there. So that'll give it a nice crunch throughout the cake. It's a really interesting cake, this one. Last thing, a little bit of milk. So 3 tablespoons of milk. Just give that one last stir. We'll put that to the side for now, and let's get on to the 3 egg whites straight into a mixer. And I'll start whisking that until it starts to get frothy, and wait till we get stiff peaks. Right, now it's time to start arranging our beautiful candied orange. Look how gorgeous this is. They're like almost translucent and they're sticky. Now I've put a little bit of baking paper in here. It is non-stick, but the reason I've put a little bit of baking paper is to make sure I don't disturb the oranges. They are so delicate, so when they turn out, I actually want to see that pattern, and that little piece of baking paper will make a difference. So just in a Rosetta shape, we're just going around the tin, just like this, arranging it, because when we flip the cake, you'll actually see that beautiful pattern. On the home stretch now, let's start folding in our egg whites. Now, this is quite thick batter, so I put in 1/3 of the egg whites, and you don't have to be really delicate at this stage, just really start to mix it in to loosen up the mixture. So you can be a bit rough. And the last 1/3 is where we really fold it in as delicately as we can. Almost treat these egg whites like they're clouds. You just don't want to disturb them too much. Just fold them really gently. Perfect. Now, let's pour all of this in. What I do is just dollop the cake mixture. So let's do 3 or 4 dollops so we're not moving those orange pieces. I'll leave that bit for me. And then I'm going to spread that out.
Okay.
And I've preheated the oven to 160, so it's not a really hot oven. And this will cook for about 1 hour, or the best way to test it is just put a little skewer through the centre, and if it comes out clean, it's ready. The cakes come out of the oven, and just like any other cake, you need to allow it to cool before you turn it. And because this is a springform tin, it is just so easy to take off, just like that, with that beautiful cake. And what we do now, the moment of truth, is to turn it upside down. So get your cake stand, put that on top just like this, flip it over. We'll take that bit of baking paper off very, very slowly. There you go, that comes off really easily. And that is my mum's upside down cake. It looks fantastic. All I would serve that with is maybe a little bit of icing sugar on top, maybe a dollop of vanilla bean ice cream if you like. But that's great, even just with a cup of tea.